Okay, so responding to the prompt, does labeling food choices that contain GMOs give consumers enough information to make good environmental choices? I used both the article from the University of Virginia and the ISAAA.org. I found the ISAAA one to be more useful. To answer the question, I do not think that labeling foods that contain GMOs is enough information for consumers to make educated choices on the way that their purchases and where they're sourcing their food, how that affects the environment. Mostly because to understand GMOs well, I think the consumer needs to investigate quite a bit more as to specifically what genes are being modified. So, for example, what I've read about on the articles was some information about the genes for one of them was resisting a chemical that's in herbicides, I believe. The chemical that's in Roundup, and then another one of the genes that was modified is so that insects would die when they eat the seeds of that plant. That's just one way of many, many, many different ways that genes can be modified in plants. There are some plants that their genes are modified so that they grow much bigger, much faster, which for most people, that's seen as a very good impact for GMOs because it produces more food, especially with, as the article states, with such a great population. But as far as the environmental impact, it's really a debate more than like a black and white decision, especially because a consumer might find the greenhouse gases more important, or another person might find resistance building up in plants to different products more important. And just by saying that there's GMOs, the only thing that it really does is it invites consumers to research a little bit more into that product or that source of crops and food. Beyond that, just the label does not give sufficient information to make good environmental choices.